is teacher Nika, and today we're going to be learning something new. Hi boys and girls, how are you doing? I hope everyone had a great night's rest. Are you ready to work and to learn something new today? Awesome! Before we get started, get those books and pencils, write both of your names, the name of the day, the name of the month, and then we're going to get started. To give you a teaser, we are going to be looking at length. So get started and come right back. Welcome back. Completed writing your names, the name of the day, and the name of the month correctly? I hope so, because I'll come by and check those books, alright? Now, as I mentioned before, we are going to be looking at lengths. Look on the screen. You'll see the words long, short, and then tall, short. Do they mean the same thing? Long and tall? Many of my students would ask me this. Long and tall, it's the same. But actually, it's not the same. I'm going to tell you what's the difference. But let's look back at these words. Long, short, tall, short. When we're talking about long, long is generally used when we are measuring horizontally. And the word tall is used for vertical measurements. Look at the pictures on the screen. You'll see two pencils. One is long and one is short. They are horizontal. See that? All right. Then, when we're talking about tall, here we have two men. One is taller than the other. So one is tall and one is short. This is vertical. So the pencils are horizontal. The men are vertical. So that's the difference when we're using long versus tall. Long is used for horizontal measurements, and tall is used for vertical measurements. So there, you learned something new today. Let's look on the screen and answer a few questions. You can see some pictures here. Now I want you to take your time. We're going to look at the pictures and we're going to identify which one is correct based on the question that I'm going to ask you. First question, let's look at the two snakes. Which one is longer? Which one is longer? And if you notice, they are horizontal. Which one is longer? The first one or the second one? Which one is longer? If we look carefully, we can see the first one is longer. So if you have that answer, that's correct. The first snake is longer. Let's look at another one. Listen to the question. Which one is shorter? Now we have two alligators. Look at them carefully. Which one is shorter? The first one or the second one? The second one? I don't think the second one is shorter. The first one is shorter. If you had first, or if you said number one, that's correct. The first one is shorter. Let's try another. We have a dog and we have a rabbit. The question is, which one has shorter ears? Which one has shorter ears? The dog or the rabbit? The dog has shorter ears. The rabbit's ears, they're long and pointed up in the air, but the dog has very short ears. So the answer would be the dog has shorter ears. Let's look at another. I have two trees here. And the question is, which is taller? Which is taller? So look at these trees and tell me which one is taller. The first one or the second one? That's right. The first tree is taller. Let's look at the ladders. Which ladder is shorter? Which ladder is shorter? Is it the first ladder or the second ladder? Which one is shorter? If you take your time, you are going to see it. It's very easy. The first ladder is shorter. Nice. Let's look at the glass and the cup. Which one is shorter? The glass or the cup? Look at them carefully. Which one is shorter? According to my eyes, I can see that the cup is shorter. The glass is tall. The cup is short. See that? All right. Let's look at the refrigerator and the freezer. Which one do you think is taller? Which one do you think is taller? If we look carefully, the refrigerator is very tall. So that one would be taller. Were you able to answer these correctly? So let's review. You can see I drew circles around the tall tree, the short ladder, the short cup, and the tall refrigerator. Easy. Now I have some pictures here again. And we are only going to select the pictures that depicts tall at the top and the ones for short at the bottom. So you can take your time, draw these pictures inside of your book, and then you can circle them. So it's your turn to do it. So you'll draw the two boys, then you'll draw the dog and the giraffe, and you'll circle which boy and which animal is tall. Not short, tall. After that, you're going to draw the two flowers and the two ladders, and you're going to circle the one that is short. Okay? So for the flower and the ladder, only the short one, you are drawing a circle around it. And for tall, you are drawing the circle around the boy or the animal that is tall. So take your time, do that, and then we're going to conclude today's lesson. Completed? Awesome. The final thing I'd like for you to do for me is to write the words tall, T-A-L-L, and the word short, S-H-O-R-T. All right? And then you'll practice to spell these words. Tall, short. You can also practice to spell the word long as well. L-O-N-G, long. Do you remember the differences? I hope you do. We use tall when we are measuring vertically, and we use long when we're measuring horizontally. All right? Awesome. So those pictures that you drew, you can go ahead and grab those crayons and color the pictures that you drew. And when you're finished, you can show it to mom and dad so that they can see those beautiful drawings. And also, they can check for what I asked you to do, which was to circle the tall boy or the tall animal. Then next, you have to circle the short flower and the short ladder. If you have those correct, then they can go ahead and give you that big gold star or maybe some ice cream. You never know. So take your time, complete your work. Until we meet again, stay safe and remember to read a book, even if it's just one book per day. If you don't want to read it, it's okay. You can pick up a book, look at the pictures, and you can imagine and create your own story from the book. Keep the minds working, and you also need to eat your brain food. So stay safe until we meet next time. This is Teacher Anika saying, bye boys and girls.